My sweet and lovely Cancers, this is your horoscope for August 2024. And August seems like will be financial to you. It seems like your mind and life situations will be all about finances, earnings, money matters, real estate, all sort of, material things. So, kind of a materialistic world will be occupying your life in August, but you are not materialistic, my dear Cancer, mainly. Now, and also August will be, it might come across as a bit of a bumpy month because we have very hard full moon there. And in general, second part of August, half of August will be all the planets kind of will start arguing with each other there, and it's not an optimum month to sign any papers, important papers, to make any important deals, to buy any expensive things, because we have Mercury retrograding whole August. Now, I have a separate video about Mercury retrograding on my channel. Please check that video if you'd like to know more. And that video is full of, helpful tips, what to do during Mercury retrograde and what not to do, like better to avoid, because Mercury retrograde, affects many things like plastic surgeries and signing contracts and buying expensive things, all those things, and dental work. I speak fully in detail in that video, so go to my channel and make sure to check that video about Mercury retrograde. And we have August, exactly whole August Mercury retrograding. That's why it's better to avoid all those important things, better to chill in August. And at the end of the day, this is the last month of official summer. Just chill, my dear Cancers. Near the sea and near nature. That's what you have been craving, I'm more than sure. Now, let's start with your August. Second of August, we have Uranus, which is the planet of surprises and electricity. You never know what this planet brings into our life when it is in action in our chart. And Uranus will make a very, let's say, argument with Venus, planet of love and beauty, and also planet of money. And Venus will be in your second house, house of money, house of income. Venus in the second house is supposed to be very good because it brings you money, it brings you opportunities to earn more, and even the pleasure that you're earning more. But also Venus might bring you sudden sort of spendings. Being in the second house, it might bring you that sort of mood and craving to buying beautiful and expensive things. Now, Uranus will be in your house of hopes and wishes. That is transiting since 2018, transforming it, because Uranus is a planet, a bit of a slow planet. It needs around like 7 to 8 years to transit one part of your life. Now, those two will be in argument, and Venus is actually the ruler of that house, where Uranus is now occupying your 11th house for your future house and wishes. I'm more than sure since 2018, a lot of Cancers change, a lot of wishes and hopes and directions of the future. You might have been changing quite a lot, you might have been doing actually and quitting, let's say, your job from one area to another, totally different, let's say, area, not the similar. And Uranus is the kind of a planet that might give you actually all sorts of different kind of realities and futures. And also you might be feeling that you like that kind of life, all the time moving, all the time changing, and that your future, and you might have been curious about your future yourself. Now, when those two will be, in disagreement, and Uranus naturally rules your financial house. You see how they are interrelated. Now, Uranus rules your financial house that is responsible for, let's say, husband's or wife's money, like family budget, or government's money. Let's say if you're a student, then it's about your scholarship. If you are bought a house, then it's about your loan from the bank, if that was your case, or whatever is related from the money from the government that is coming into your life. And also insurance, and also Inheritance is also here. Now it seems like something related to money might be the issue, might be the case here. You might be feeling quite like a tension between what you want and between what kind of finances you are in, and it seems like there is quite a lot of tension, building up there, that it might be you want to travel somewhere, it might be you want to buy something, but at the same time there will be scarce of money, let's say not enough money, and you will be quite understanding that, my dear Cancers. On 4th of August, we have happy note of August. We have new moon, and new moons are about new beginnings, some sort of new things in life happening, and it's happening exactly in your financial house, your earning income house at 12 degrees. Now, those of you who are born around 5th of July, lucky you, my dear Cancers, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this full new moon, and that new moon will be supported by happy planet of luck, Jupiter, together with Mars. And Mars is the planet of action. It's a planet of drive. They will be situated in your house of past, in your house of subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind, it's interesting thing. Like, it works in a way, whatever we think, we attract. So if you believe in that, then it seems like you are attracting money, my dear Cancers, in August. And Jupiter is the ruler of your 6th house, meaning, house of work, day-to-day activities. And Mars is the natural ruler of your career house. So you see, it seems like something related to your career, to your current career path, and your work, your assignments. Something is happening here, and it might, in some cases, it might involve shifts, working with shifts, because 12th house is the house of past and also house of, let's say, nighttime. It's the last house of horoscope, and it sometimes gives work with shifts, like night shift, or I don't know, day shift, like different sort of shift, not usual ones. And it seems like your work that you're gonna attract will involve this kind of shifts, but the money will be also amazing, because there is new moon happening in your 2nd house. You might be earning more with this new work that you're gonna attract around this new moon, my dear Cancers. Congratulations if you got a new job position, or new job offer, or a new position at your current place. Seems like it is a possibility. 2nd house is not only about material possessions and money, it's also about our self-esteem, because those two things are related. If we love ourselves, and if we respect ourselves in truth, to speak true of that, that's how much money you earn. And many people don't relate them, but in reality they are related, and in astrology too. That's why 2nd house is also about our self-esteem. It's about our self-worth and our self-respect, self-love. Now, this new moon seems like will boost your self-respect, self-love. That's why you will attract more money into your life, my dear Cancers. And it's amazing time. And also, 12th house is through work, like more money. And also 12th house is about subconscious mind. It might be that subconsciously you will go to the next level, let's say, because self-loving and forgiving our self and loving yourself unconditionally brings the power to the new life, to look at your life from a different angle, like the better angle, and to bring your life, upgrade your life to the better, let's say, version, and to be your better version. And this new moon has the power to bring into your life this kind of thought and this kind of new self, my dear Cancers. Lucky you, by the way. Now, also, at this new moon, some of you might, in some cases, receive new, new gift. Might be a valuable or expensive gift around this new moon. Now, the next day of this new moon, we have Venus on 5th of August, planet of love and beauty. Venus moving into your 3rd house, communication house. All sorts of your communication might go mild and lovely, let's say, because Venus in the 3rd house also might give you better communication with your neighbors, better and communication with your siblings, sisters and brothers, and also your relatives. The same day, 5th of August, we have Mercury retrograding, meaning moving backwards, slowing down. As I said, I have a whole separate video on Mercury retrograde. Make sure to check that one because that video is full of, tips of what to do during Mercury retrograde and what not to do. Like, try to avoid. And it's very important, Now, Mercury is the being a planet of, communication and signing contracts. We need it sharp, usually, to sign important papers, important deals. And Mercury is the planet of commerce, it's the planet of trade. We need it to be direct, we need it to be sharp and strong. But here, whole August, we have Mercury moving backwards, meaning slowing down. Now, that will happen until 28th of August, meaning exactly 5th of August and 28th of August will be the 2 days that will be the critical, not to sign any papers specifically, and not to, have important communication or buy expensive things, especially technological things like technical appliances, all those things like phone or computers, all the devices. It's better avoid during Mercury retrograde buying those things. Now, and it's exactly, Mercury retrograde is happening exactly in your third house of communication. Meaning whole August, my dear Cancers, try to avoid signing papers, try to avoid buying technical stuff, because exactly third house is responsible for those things, because if you do sign those papers, it's kind of okay, but you just need to remember that at the end of, after some time, you might not like the deal at all, or there might be some mistakes in the contracts, and there might be some things missing, or you might be re-signing it at a later stage. Some things might be off in general. Now, and it's same related with buying things, expensive things, and things related to technical appliances, let's say. Now, after 15th August, Mercury will move backwards, and after 15th August, it will cross from your third house into your second house because it's moving backwards. Now, second house is all about money. It's all about self-worth, and it's all about income, your work. Now, it might be the case that you will be communicating or checking your ex-colleagues, let's say, with them. Something might be happening, or they might be contacting you, like your previous workplace. Also, it might be the case that you will be taking up some assignments, let's say, that you've done before, but you stopped doing it as one-time assignment, so to earn a little bit of money. If you've been, let's say, if you've done before something like repairing for someone something, then that person might ask again, and you might again go and do these things and earn a little bit money. It's about second half of August. And in general, second part of August, you might be, thinking and rethinking quite a lot about your resources. And, second house is also not about material resources. It's about psychological, mental energy, and energy in general. Food is also here. You might be giving it quite a lot of thoughts to how to, let's say, plan your daily meal, or plan your, let's say, daily activities, so your energy is not draining. You might be thinking where my energy is going, or you might be going back to the things that you've done before. Now, on 19th of August, we have full moon, and full moons are all about endings. They are about, they bring some sort of culmination, some things that are already there in your life, to some stories that are already in your life. And full moon's job is to bring the conclusion to that situation. Or full moon also may act as a big, huge bulb of light. They put your attention into some situation that you've not been noticing, let's say, or just ignoring it. But this full moon comes and puts your attention. And this full moon exactly speaks to those who are born by at the end of the Cancer period. Meaning those of you who are born on 20th or 19th of July, plus or minus 5 days, will be exactly under the scrutiny of this full moon, my dear Cancers. And this full moon is happening in your another house of money, in your resources house. Another house of money is about money that are shared. Let's say with your partner, with your wife, husband. It might be about your family budget. So you should, like, check what is your situation. If you're a student, it might be about your scholarship. If you bought an apartment or a house recently, it might be about a loan from a bank, because eighth house is the money that are from government or financial institutions that are from somewhere else, that comes into your life from someone else or from somewhere, but it's not the money that you earn. Now, full moon is happening there, and some sort of conclusion is coming there. And full moon will be under harsh angle, and from planet of surprises, from planet Uranus. And it's a planet of surprises, planet of electricity, and you never know what kind of surprise it might bring. And that planet will be situated in your house of hopes and wishes for the future. It's a future house. It's a house of friendships also, 11th house. And it seems like, but Uranus, the planet itself is the ruler of this full moon, because full moon is happening in your 8th house. And Uranus is the ruler of your 8th house. And it's exactly this planet that are making harsh angle to that full moon. And it seems like something that you've been wishing to buy or for your future is not sort of happening. You might get disappointed by this full moon, around this full moon. Full moon's job is just to bring the situation to an end, but all the things happen because of the actions that you've taken or some other situations in your life and circumstances. Now, it might be related to money that I've mentioned. In some cases, it might be inheritance, like this full moon might bring news that you won't like about your inheritance situation, let's say. For students and those who are studying, or in general, like professors and all those people, it might be about your scholarship or funding for your research. And it seems like it's finishing. It might not be prolonged, You might get a news that it's they stop funding your research, or scholarship will stop coming to fund your education, let's say. Or if you are a new student, fresh student, then it might be that, let's say you've been accepted to the university, but the scholarship won't be granted. It might be this kind of news. Or if you are in a situation of divorce, my dear Cancers, then this full moon will not be the happy one in terms of, property division, in terms of family budget, and in terms of the shared resources that you have with your soon to be ex-husband, let's say, or ex-wife or ex-partner. It might be the case too. Or it might be also related to insurance. If you had a situation around this full moon that insurance might not be so happy and willing to help you out with returning the money for whatever happened there. Also, 8th house is about investments. Investments might not be good around this full moon, especially those of you, again, I'm speaking about, universe will be directly speaking to those of you who are born at the end of the Cancer season. And also because Uranus is exactly in your friendship house, it might be related to your friend. If it's your friend who is asking you to help you out with his loan or with the money, I advise you not to do that. I advise you to, refrain from all those things, helping friends. This time, I know you Cancers, my dear Cancers, you're caring folk. You cannot stand by, and you always care for your friends and help, and even financially. But this time, try to avoid that. Try to come up with something, because this full moon, obviously speaking to you and telling you that friend might not be trustworthy this time, let's say, to give back that money that you're going to invest, let's say. Or also it might be about your funding for social media, because 11th house, where Uranus is situated, is all about social media, like especially those of you who are bloggers or public people, and influencers. It seems like this full moon might bring some harsh news to that situation of earning on social media too. Now, on another case, separately, on another part of the sky, we have another bunch of planets arguing with each other, totally not related to this full moon. And those planets are Saturn, planet of hard work and responsibilities, which will be situated in your ninth house, house of travel, and the foreign lands house. And Venus, planet of love and beauty, and also money, that will be situated in your third house, house of communication. And other two also involved in that argument will be Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter is the happy planet, he's the planet of luck. And Jupiter will be transiting together with Mars, your house of past and subconscious mind. Now, these all planets, those four planets, will be in argument. And it seems like, you will have quite a bit of harsh communication with someone who are abroad. Let's say it might be your work, or it might be like the headquarters. Let's say if you work in an international company, it might be your boss who are sitting somewhere abroad, or your manager or colleague, and it might not be optimum situation about something related to work, and the communication might be messy, also because of, thankfully, to Mercury retrograde. But here Saturn obviously is opposing your Venus, which is in your third house. You might not agree on some terms about, let's say, maybe some travel, or about some sort of documents. If you've, in the beginning of August, if you got new job offer, then around this 19th of August, it might be an issue of your documents, it might be issue of relocating, or something related to that new work and new deal that you are hoping to seal, Seems like something related to that. And also, it might be about your husband or wife or long-term partner situation. If it's not yours, it might be their situation. And it's not like quite directly about but it's their home situation. Let's say your husband's or wife's mom or father, there is some sort of argument, and there is some sort of kind of situation related to home. And Jupiter and Mars, they are involved as well. And Jupiter is the natural ruler of your work, and Mars is the natural ruler of your career. Now, all the things mixed up, like it seems like not really good and optimum situation is happening around your colleagues and work and daily activities, day-to-day assignments. All those things might be stressful by the end of August for you, my dear Cancers. But you know what, my dear Cancers, be on the positive side. The higher vibrations you are on, the better the life is. You might be just ignoring those, let's say, challenges that second half of August is full of. You might even pass, like, as happy as possible by 2nd of August. You might even not notice what's going on by the 2nd of August, second half of August, I mean. And be on the positive side. No matter what happens, try to look on the brighter side of the situation, my dear Cancers. I know, and I'm sure that you can do that, and make sure to do that and stay positive. Now, 22nd of August, we have Sun moving into your third house, house of communication and signing contracts. And it seems like by the end of August, you will get quite a lot of, you might be communicative, you will get quite a lot of communications and signing contracts too. Signing some important, papers. Now, 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct after a whole month being retrograde. But allow Mercury plus 10 days to regain its power, to turn fully and go, because when planets, turns direct, it slows down and then, speeds up. So give that time, give it time to fully go its full force, around 10 days, to fully go shopping or signing important papers, doing surgeries and plastic surgeries, all those things that I hinted on a whole separate video. Now, and in general, also, I would like to add here about the students and who are studying or researchers. Like second half of August might pose some sort of challenges, universities might not be willing to accept you, or might not be willing to grant your scholarship, or it might be some sort of challenging situations and communications are happening. But it's all about also Mercury retrograding whole August, because it will mix up everything. It will give wrong dates. Mistakes happen during Mercury retrograde. meetings get delayed, canceled, or postponed. All these things will be happening during August. And don't be upset with all these things. Just be on the positive side, my dear Cancers. And now, a little about those of you who've been, let's say, involved in legal affairs, let's say legal cases. End of August might not be so optimistic about those, cases too. But don't be, again, don't be upset, don't be disappointed. Stay on a positive side and travel. Also, especially those of you who are traveling end of August, there might be quite a lot of mess up. So try to be on the positive side, brighter side, and still travel, still make an effort, and universe will deliver, my dear Cancers. Now, this was your horoscope for your August. And stay positive. Stay tuned for September. September will be far better month. Love you all. Bye bye.